Hey everyone, Screen Rant updated with new information on the stuff, so I'm going to be going over it and saying my thoughts on all this stuff. A lot of stuff to go over, and really just one point I want to hone in on, just that I feel is really important and really needs to be said. First of all, let's explain how the system works. So there is, what is it? Apex and core. Now there's another image which is slightly, let me go to Cyclone real quick. Actually, you know what, I'll start off with Cyclone, then I'll go back to Belly Out. Okay, there is core and there is apex. So core is low mode, high mode is apex. So the thing is with low and high mode is that it's only half points. And the reason why I say this is because the armors are all plastic, right? You're supposed to have a low center of gravity and a high center of gravity. You don't get the same effect with plastic than you would metal. So it's very disappointing to see that they couldn't do it. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. Because if they wanted to do metal, they would have to, they would have to like rework the stuff. It would be more effort for them to do it, so I guess not, but it is such a shame. Okay, whatever. The cores, I just hope they're tight. The blades don't seem like they have the gimmicks. Cyclone, most certainly, in a clear image, does not look like it has the wing gimmick. It looks just painted on. So that means I was actually right when I did that video looking over the app model, and I said, this kind of looks like it's not going to have the gimmick. So that is a little bit unfortunate. So you're telling me that this is Crash 2.0 then, where Crash didn't even have the gimmick of the wings, but Glide did. Very disappointing and unfortunate because it would have been nice. Maybe this might be slightly useful still because it has a round enough shape. Hopefully it weighs something, I guess. I don't know. Let's try to look at it through both ways. The discs look unfortunate. So for example, for this one, which is Giga, it looks a lot thinner than TAKARA TOMY, and I'm really, really worried because if it's a lot thinner, and it already doesn't look as sort of I don't know, tall as TT, I guess is the right thing to say, it does seem like the discs, unfortunately, might not be that good. Hopefully, as long as they're around the weight of wheel, or higher, then I'll take it. I'm not expecting as heavy as TT, just wheel or above, because at least that'll be good for Hasbro standards. Hopefully. So for Ragnarok, there is, what is that, TA22-Q, so that has Assault, and it has a Never attachment. Never does not look like it has the free spin gimmick or the poem. So, whatever, I guess. It does have a Assault on there, which is kind of cool. Which Assault was never actually released. So that is one thing I thought was kind of cool, I guess, because they never released Assault. They never did. Assault was originally on Amaterios, and that's kind of cool. They at least released that. I'm actually a little bit surprised they never did it, but it's not a pun, I'm sorry. I guess that's kind of cool. I do think it is a little bit funny that I don't care if people say they've been doing it for years. It's still funny that they literally are doing this thing where the starter, if you want to get the proper Ragnarok, the proper Bellfire, the proper Magma, you have to buy one expensive set that has the 2 bays and the expensive launcher set. I just find that funny because obviously, if you think about it, would you really buy it if the recolors were in that thing? You're less likely to buy it, right? So that's why they do it. And it's whatever. Now for Bellfire, so I can go back to this. It seems Venture, and it seems like it has a Yielding on there. That might be Yielding because it does Stamina, and I think Yielding was Stamina. I think. I don't know what that is. It's either it's a big Survive or that's probably Yielding Hasbro. That's what I'm going with. Honestly, I could see it happening because I can't think of any other tip that's supposed to be. I mean, I guess I don't really get the point of okay, so the stadium has this gimmick, right? But I don't get the whole point of the performance tips, to be honest. Because there's no real reason, if we think about this logically, there's no real reason all the performance tips had to be altered and changed, because it's not like it really works with the stadium. The stadium gimmick looks pretty basic. Listen, if the Venture pretty much has the exact same shape, and if Never pretty much has the exact same shape, then they would still probably go through the levels on that stadium. That stadium has 3 levels to go through. So I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyways, Magma Ifrit, there's actually an error on the bay. the attachment for Wave, which this is Jagging Wave. So we get Wave Hasbro, so that's nice. Normal Wave, not altered, so you know, okay, that's a positive. They didn't do the attachment orange, which I don't know how they managed not, like, it's literally the easiest. They literally had Ilya in the anime just to promote the cutie system. And her Bay had the orange Wave attachment. And they couldn't even get a Bay that was made just for Hasbro. They couldn't even get the colors right on that. That's, come on. That is funny, you can't lie. I mean, Ifrit will be cool to get, but it is a shame it's locked in an expensive set. Now we get to the cringe. Oh boy, what did they do to my boy? Vanish Fafnir. So, let's not sugarcoat it. It looks bad. Now the eye is apparently there, but the image is just like not HD enough. I do think the eye is there because I could see it on the box. And I do recall it in the app. This thing looks ugly, dude. It looks ugly. Now I am pretty sure that half of this, the parts that are not the shock absorption parts, are plastic, and the rest has to be rubber. If it is not, if it is all plastic, it is garbage. It is trash. Trash. I am hoping at the very least they do the bare minimum and at least have the shock absorption parts with rubber. Vanish does not look that good. I'm very worried for Vanish. I feel like the Fafnir lineup has really been done dirty. Mirage has been done pretty dirty. Wizard has been done, Geist has been done pretty dirty. Like, maybe they'll be like that, like, at least Geist had, like, absorbed Slingshot, and that was a good part. Wizard, no. Like, even like Mirage for Hasbro, it's like, well, they made the rubber too hard on it, and it wasn't as effective, and also the ring was elevated, which did not help, and nothing was not done properly, and there wasn't a 2S. I wonder if they're gonna do kick. That's actually sarcasm, I know. It's not even sarcasm, I'm just saying they're not going to. Because if you read, if we actually do the reading on here, so this is just so you know that Hasbro really is the trolling type. Now the part on this, if we can read on the box, is TB13-Q. That actually means, unironically, and I have the app right here just to verify. So that means the Vanish Fafnir is not even getting kick. So it is technically a balance type. It is not a stamina type. Now let me get this. Let me find where it is right now. I have the app open right now. Let me get the stamina types. Let me get Fafnir. Okay. Now, Vanish Fafnir. Oh, no, yeah, Vanish Fafnir with its attachment. The attachment looks really weird with its shape, but the normal part is supposed to be Extend Plus, which is really just the sharp parts, not even the outer parts. So it's not even technically a stamina type because it's the Extend Plus. So it is really a shame that they had to do it like that. Like, dude, what happened? What happened? And the worst part about this, and I'm going to say this right now, the worst part about this is going to be this, is that I already know what's going to happen. Hasbro's going to send to BayTubers the stuff, and what's going to happen is that obviously they're not going to criticize this stuff. Why? Because if they're getting sponsored, they don't want to criticize it, actually. Otherwise, they'll stop getting sent the products from Hasbro. So it's going to be unfortunate because we're getting this thing where people who are very critical of them, suddenly, when they get sent the stuff, oh, actually, I don't think that's that big of a deal. And it's unfortunate because it's like, there's no honesty. And listen, it's not like saying that they can't not like it, obviously. I like Hypersphere. I'm just saying, like, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be unfortunate. Vanish is Vanish is awful, dude. Vanish is, oof. Actually, you wanna know, it looks awful is what I mean. Performance-wise, we don't know. Hopefully it's good, but I don't have high hopes. But thanks for watching, have a wonderful day.